The Fast and Furious franchise owner Vin Diesel is a very wealthy gentleman. He lives the life of luxury, buys huge houses, rare cars, travels the world, stays at the best hotels. He even has a custom-made trailer that is bigger than an average American house. What else a guy who plays Dominic spends his money on? Let's find that out. You're watching Infinity, and today we will tell you how Vin Diesel spent $250 million. Let's roll.
They say an open road helps you think about where you've been, where you're going.
Let's not be around the bush. Today, Vin Diesel owes approximately $200 million. But don't you think that Diesel got all that cash without trouble? Before his successful acting career, he worked as a bouncer at a nightclub. Since then, a lot of stuff happened. In 2019, Diesel earned $54 million. Although, all that money is practically nothing if you compare it to the kind of wealth he can receive very soon. But before we talk about those prospects, let's take a closer look at Vin's shopping habits. Trailer. This 102 square meter trailer looks more like a real house rather than a vehicle. Inside, it is full of some of the most modern things. It isn't like there are only bedrooms and kitchens there. There are also cinema and a huge children's playroom. There's also a massive living room and a private indoor lounge for Vin himself. Now let's talk about the Hollywood Hills. Here, Vin puts up for sale house for a $1.4 million in 2016. You can't say it's kinda modest. It has only 2 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. But don't worry, this isn't his only home. He bought it back in 2000s when the cost was much lower, only $562,000. Things are totally different in Atlanta. This mansion with an area of over 1,000 square meters can offer everything you can possibly dream of. Dining room for 12 people, a 3-car garage, a bar, 7 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, an elevator, 4 patios, and a massive gym. The place also includes a fully equipped guest house with a kitchen, a cinema hall, swimming pool, a rooftop bar area, and a wine cellar. Diesel also bought a house in Beverly Hills for $2 million. Movies. Very few people know that apart from his acting career, Vin Diesel is actively engaged in film production. Vin is all the way in behind the scenes. In 1995, for example, he founded his own production company called One Race Films. This company bought a XXX Films franchise. The price was never revealed, however. Diesel's company produces not only films, but also music, and even video games. It's a well-known fact that Diesel is constantly investing money in his company, and the reason is that it's constantly expanding. But the company has another franchise that brings in even more money. Yeah, you know what it is. It's all about Fast and Furious. In fact, Vin and his company have significant impact in the development of the franchise. Since the release of the 3rd film, this is Diesel's best card, let's say. Thanks to it, he will soon be able to enter the billionaires list. The 7th and the 8th part of the franchise, for example, brought his company $1 billion, and most of the box office came from abroad. Generally, the entire franchise earned over $5.5 billion. It isn't difficult to guess who receives most of the profit from this enterprise. Rumor has it that the franchise is prepared for making another 2 films, and they already finished shooting 9th part. According to experts, it's very unlikely that the franchise will stop at a 10th film and will most likely release several more parts in the future. Vacation. Even the coolest dudes need to rest from intense racing, fighting bad guys, and maintaining big companies. Unlike many celebrities, Vin always comes up with his personal routes. It isn't very difficult when you have millions of dollars. The guy was noticed in Egypt at a usual tourist route nearby the pyramids. Also, Diesel and his family are often seen in resorts on the Canary Islands. It seems like Diesel prefers private jets. He never usually flies alone, and is normally with his family. Recently, the press discovered one of Diesel's broad gestures. He urgently hired a private plane in order to take his 5-year-old son to a show on the other side of the country. Now, of course, the price of renting an airplane depends on its size and the model of the vehicle. On average, the cost of a private jet is about $30,000 per hour. But of course, for Vin Diesel, it's nothing. It is also worth noting that Diesel often travels for charity. In 2020, he devoted his New Year holidays to visiting an orphanage in Dominican Republic. What a good guy. Parties. Like almost any loaded person, Diesel knows a lot about traveling and parties. He often rents yachts for these occasions. And if he attends any public event at all, they gotta be top-notch. For instance, recently Diesel was seen at a concert of the famous DJ Steve Aoki. The actor not only visited the event, but he also went up the stage where he hugged Aoki and threw a cream pie at him as a sort of joke. In 2019, Vin organized a great after-party for Nina Dobrev's 13th birthday. With his future wife Paloma Jimenez, Diesel met at a party of their mutual friends. Cars. What would you spend your money on if you had loads of cash in your bank account? It is clear that the role of Toretto obliges Diesel to get a cool-looking car, or better yet, get 20 cars at once. But unlike most movie stars who prefer latest and some real sophisticated ones, Vin loves the classics. So, what kind of cars Vin Diesel has in his garage? Let's start with the 1974 Plymouth Barracuda. 1974 was the last year this car was issued, so Diesel became the happy owner of a total rarity. He spent about $60,000 on this thing. Plymouth is arguably one of the most famous types of cars in US. Yes, we're talking about Dodge Charger Daytona, a 1969 release. Only 503 of these were released, and if anyone deserves to owe a car like that, then it's clearly Toretto. The cost of this copy was much higher, something like $200,000. Speaking of Toretto, did you know that Diesel owned the actual legendary car for quite a while? The basic version of this car includes 5.7 liters 8-cylinder engine and 245 horses. However, some people actually say that Diesel's version had a capacity of 1,500 horsepower, which is insane. You don't need to be a great mechanic to understand that 1,500 is a lot more than 245. Perhaps the most modern and also the fastest car in Diesel's garage is Lykan Hypersport. It is a Lebanese limited edition hypercar released in 2014. There are only 7 copies of this 3.4 million car in existence. The unusual headlights here are due to inlaid diamonds and other precious stones. This car accelerates up to 100 km per hour in just 2.8 seconds, and the maximum speed is 395 km per hour. This is one of the fastest cars in the world, and it's definitely the fastest in Diesel's garage. Vin also owns 3 Japanese cars. The 1994 Toyota Supra cost him something like $30,000. Mazda DX-7 cost $16,000. And he also bought the 2009 Subaru Impreza for $36,000. What's more, Vin received a very special gift on his 52nd birthday from his colleagues he worked with on Fast and Furious. It was the 1970 Dodge Charger Tantrum, one of the most impressive muscle cars in all the history. And of course, the gift version was largely improved. The engine inside was taken from a yacht, believe it or not. Yes, you heard it right, from the freaking yacht, a 9-liter twin-turbine 8-cylinder engine that is. Obviously, in this particular instance, Vin did not buy the car out of his own pocket, but the new Dodge added a lot to the total price of the actor's garage. Family. It is not a secret that Vin Diesel attaches great importance to family relationships, and not only in films, but in real life as well. Vin was born in July 1967, together with his twin brother. What's kind of funny is that the twin brothers look almost completely different, and they have completely different temperament and character. Mark and Paul never seen their father, and Diesel's nationality remains unknown till this very day. According to one version, Diesel is half Italian, half African American, and according to other information, he has German, Irish, Mexican, and Dominican blood run through his veins. When Mark and Paul's mother got married, they had a younger son and daughter appear in their family. Their stepfather, Erwin, taught acting in the university and was deeply involved with the theater, which obviously influenced Vin and played a big part in his future. He took acting serious. Vin's close friends know that in real life this macho is kind and caring father. Together with his wife Paloma, they have 3 children. Despite the fact that Vin is 16 years older than his better half, they cope well and achieve perfect harmony and mutual understanding together. Paloma looks very pretty, and ever since her early childhood, she's been devoting a lot of time to modeling. It's not at all surprising that Vin was staggered by the beauty of his chosen one. Vin bought a luxurious house for his family. By the way, his wife has to keep their house tidy alone because Vin absolutely against hiring a housekeeper. Alright guys, that's it. Don't forget to press the like button, subscribe to Infinity, and smash the bell to stay notified. Check out our other videos, thanks again, and we'll see you next time.